The C-SPAN networks bring you long-form public affairs programming from the nation's capital and are a public service of your television provider. C-SPAN, created by cable.
What I'd like to say, too, is if this court rules that University of Texas can't consider race, or if it rules that universities that consider race have to die a death of 1,000 cuts for doing so, we know exactly what's going to happen. Experience tells us that. This happened at the University of Texas after the Hopwood case. Diversity plummeted, especially among African Americans. Diversity plummeted at selective institutions in California, Berkeley, and UCLA after Prop 209. And that is exactly what's taking place today at the University of Michigan. Now is not the time, and this is certainly not the case with
There are those who contend that it does not benefit African Americans to get them into the University of Texas where they do not do well, as opposed to having them go to a less advanced school, a slower track school where they do well. One of the briefs pointed out that most of the black scientists in this country don't come from schools like the University of Texas.
So they
come from lesser schools where they do not feel that they're being pushed ahead in classes that are too fast for them. I'm just not impressed by the fact that the University of Texas may have fewer. Maybe it ought to have fewer. And maybe when you take more, the number of blacks, really competent blacks admitted to lesser schools turns out to be less. And I don't think it stands to reason that it's a good thing for the University of Texas to admit as many blacks as possible. I just don't think.
And this court heard and rejected that argument with respect, Justice Scalia. In the Grutter case, our opponents haven't asked this court to overrule. If you look at the academic performance of holistic minority admits versus top 10% admits over time, they fare better. And frankly, I don't think the solution to the problems with student body diversity can be to set up a system in which not only are minorities going to separate schools, they're going to inferior schools. I think what experience shows at Texas, California, and Michigan is that now is not the time, and this is not the case, to roll back student body diversity in America. Thank you, Your Honors.